Hi everybody and welcome back. So today we're going to be taking a look at a sub-ohm tank. This sub-ohm tank only comes with mesh coils, only. So you've got two mesh coils. It comes with a dual mesh and a triple coil mesh. So they are made of Conical. This is actually the Magician sub-ohm tank by Hugsvape. It is a 24 millimeter in diameter sub-ohm tank. It does have a really good airflow and great flavor, of course, because of the fact that it's mesh. Mesh to me is really awesome. I do have it on top of the Vape Mini, the Vape Drag Mini, and I'm loving it together. It does take any type of 810 drip tips, which as you can see, I have switched it out to one that I had because I wanted matchy because that's just me. It does come with a straight glass automatically installed. With the straight glass, it holds 3 milliliters of e-liquid. With the bubble glass, which I have on it right now, it does hold 5 milliliters of e-liquid. Again, it does have both a triple and a dual mesh coil, dual coil mesh coil, you know what I mean, that comes with it. So I'm really excited to show you. So let's go ahead and go down. I'll talk more about it down there, show you more about it, and then we'll come back up and we'll do what we always do and talk. We are with the Magician sub-ohm tank by Hugsvape. This is the box that it comes in. It just tells you what is actually included in the tank. And then it tells you your color as well as your scratch off authenticity and things like that. And you open it up. I've actually got mine in silver. It does come with the sub-ohm tank. It comes with the bubble glass, and then it also comes with an extra coil. Both coils are made of mesh. This is the dual coil mesh coil, and then it actually has the triple mesh included. In the bottom, you're gonna get a couple O-rings. You're also going to get a 510 drip tip adapter, and you're going to get a user manual. The user manual is really very small. It just basically tells you what's included in the tank or in the kit, and it tells you how to take it apart. It tells you how to fill it. It tells you what the coil information is, which by the way, these are both made of Conical. And then it just tells you how to fill it. It shows you it with the bubble glass, with the straight glass, and that's pretty much it. And then it comes in some other languages. So that's all that's included in there. Again, it does come with this bubble glass. With the bubble glass, it holds 5 mils of e-liquid. With the straight glass, it holds 3 mils of e-liquid. I personally like the bubble glass, so I will be changing it over. It does have a removable drip tip. If you notice, the drip tip is kind of just Hugsvape type of drip tip. It's very angled, sort of like a tube, I guess, or whatever you want to call that. A lot of people have different ways of saying it. It's got this little metal ring around it, but it is 810 compatible because it does have the O-ring in here. So say for instance that you want to use an aftermarket 810 drip tip, you can, and it looks fine. There's absolutely no overhang, which I really like. To fill it, all you're going to do is look for this little arrow, and you're going to push it back and lift. And it locks into place. You see that little thing there? It actually locks into here. And you're gonna fill it down one of these two holes, never down the middle. Just close it back up, push it back, and it's actually on there snug. Right here it says Hugsvape. There's nothing on that side. On the bottom, you're gonna have two airflow slits. Whatever you do to one side will happen to the other, and it is on a stopper. It is a 24 millimeter in diameter sub-ohm tank, and it does say Hugsvape, Magician, Hugsvape.com, and your serial number. It does have a protruding 510 drip tip if you were looking for that. Again, it does come with two coils. This coil here is the dual mesh coil. Again, it is mesh inside, and this is the dual. This one is actually the 0.15, and this is rated best between 65 to 95 watts. And then that's the bottom of it. This one actually comes pre-installed with a triple mesh coil in it, which I think is really nice because most of them come with the duals and then you have to put the triple. So let's go ahead and take this coil out so that you can see it better. So here's the coil, really good airflow on the bottom. It's got all your organic cotton there. It does say 0.13 ohms, 85 to 115 is your best wattage, and Hugsvape and the name of it. Again, this is triple coil and they are mesh. To install it, you want to always, it doesn't matter what sub-ohm tank that you have, I always recommend this, turn it the opposite way till it grips into the threads and then tighten it down. If you do that, you won't get any leaking. A lot of people ask me like why their sub-ohm tanks are leaking, and that's usually the case of it. What I'm going to do is go ahead and start priming up my wicks on this. And then I'm going to change over the glass. I'm going to show you how to do that. So for the juice that I'm going to use today, I'm actually going to use Dinner Lady. This stuff is so good. The lemon tart, very, very good. So yeah, I'm definitely going to use this. This stuff is amazing, and especially with mesh coils, it to me gives the best flavor. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a little bit in each of those little holes. You definitely want to prime up your coils. If not, you want to let it sit for about 15 minutes to 30 minutes. But if you prime them up, you won't have to wait as long. I would recommend letting it sit for about 15 minutes after you prime it up. The book does say 5 minutes, but I tend to leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes. That's just my way. But again, just put some liquid in here. You don't want to flood it, but you do want to put some liquid in there. Now to change out your glass, all you're going to do is just go ahead and remove the glass. You want to be careful though, because if you do remove this and you break it, it's broken. Be careful when you do that. Your O-ring will come off with the glass. Just go ahead and take that O-ring off like this. Oops, there we go. And then put it back on your tank. Oops, because that way you will not have any leaking. I don't want to drop that. It's really, really easy. Just go ahead and put that back on there. Fold it down. And then we're going to put our bubble glass because Wendy loves herself some bubble glass. There we go. Take this part, screw that in. Look how easy that was. And just screw it all together. Make sure it's nice and tight. You're going to open it up right here. And then fill. And again, this does hold 5 mils of e-liquid with the bubble glass, which is another reason why I like the bubble glasses. And then with the straight glass, it holds 3 mils of e-liquid. And I did leave the triple mesh in there. If you have a squeeze bottle, it's probably going to be a lot faster, but I've got my lemon tart in a glass bottle, which I don't mind at all. Put it down, lock it, and you're ready to go. So let's go ahead, take it on top, take a vape, talk about it, and I'll give you my pros and cons. Okay, so here we are back on top with the Magician Sub-Ohm Tank by Hugsvape. I actually think, even though the slits are really, really small for the airflow, it's got tremendous airflow, tremendous flavor. Again, it's got mesh coils, so you really can't go wrong with mesh coils. You're going to get the most flavor, in my opinion, with a mesh coil, and it comes with 2, so I think that that's awesome. The flavor is on point. The airflow, look at this. Airflow is on point, flavor's on point. I actually think that sometimes it has just a little bit too much airflow. So for me, I've actually been cutting it down to about like right there where it's a little bit closed off. And for me, that's better. And I like wide open airflow. And this is really, really airy for a sub-ohm tank. It's really airy. I'm going to go over my pros and cons. My pros, you can use any 810 drip tip. That to me is huge, huge, huge. I think that that is just, it's just a must nowadays. I mean, I don't like when it comes with the proprietary drip tip. This one, if you notice, I went ahead and changed it out. It's not that I don't like the other one. It's just that I like matchy-matchy, and this was it for me. The other one works just as good. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and put on the other one for you so that you can see, and it looks good too. It doesn't look bad. It's just that I really like the other drip tip so much better. But this drip tip, it doesn't get warm or anything. It's really, really nice, and it fits really good in your mouth. I mean, it's got that nice conical type shape, so it's really, really nice fit. I love the locking on the top. I've always loved the locking on the top. If I'm not mistaken, another one of their tanks had the locking feature. That to me is key. I don't like when you just push them back, because when you just push it back, I feel like it can open up in your purse or in your pocket or things like that. So that to me is a plus. The airflow is so massive on this. Even though it's got 2 small slits, it's got really, really good airflow. And you can tell by the bottom of the coil how open and breezy it is, that it's going to be a really good airflow. I love the fact that they give you 2 mesh coils. You don't just get a regular standard round wire coil and then a mesh coil. You actually get 2. You get a triple coil and then you get the dual coil. So I think that that's awesome for them to include. In addition to that, you have the 2 glass options. You've got the 3 milliliter. If you like the straight glass, that's fine. That's why they give it to you. Or you can use the bubble glass with the 5 ml capacity. I personally love bubble glass. I just think that it looks better and it holds more. So that's my opinion. I love the fact that also that it brings the 510 drip tip adapter. I personally don't use 510 drip tips, but I know that there are still some people out there that have their 510 drip tips and want to use it. So that's also a plus. It comes in 5 colors: gunmetal, black, stainless steel, blue, and gold. I do have the stainless steel. It does come in the other colors. I really wish I would have had a gold now that I have this. But yeah, so, and it doesn't tell you anywhere in the manual. This is the only con that I found, what the dimensions of the tank are. You actually have to look it up. It is a 24 millimeter in diameter tank, and from the bottom here to the drip tip, it's actually 53.33 millimeters. So I did find that information out, but it isn't included in the manual. So that to me is a con. I also think that they should have included a couple more O-rings. They actually only included 1 additional white one and 1 black one. I wish that there would have been a couple of them so that it'll last longer, just in case you need it, you have it. But at least it did come with some, so that I really can't give them too much of a fault. I just wish that it came with a little bit more. Now, the great thing about this is that right now at vapestore.com, and also 3A Vape, they have this for $28.99 to $29.99. Depending on the color that you get, that's what's going to determine the price. But this one in the stainless steel is definitely $28.99. Great flavor. You've got the mesh coils. It just looks great. I love the fact that it's a 24 millimeter. I'm not really into small atomizers. Me personally, you might be, but I'm not. So I think that that's great. And the flavor and the clouds on here are just like, oh my God. Let me go ahead and turn that up more. These coils are actually rated, or this coil is actually rated from 85 to 115. I've got it currently at 85 watts. So let's go ahead and have a vape. Very airy, very flavorful, really, really good mesh coils. Very, very good. I don't think you can go wrong with mesh coils. I really honestly don't. Again, this is the Magician Sub-Ohm Tank by Hugsvape. And if you're interested, I'll leave the link to vapestore.com here, as well as 3A Vape. Unfortunately, I cannot leave links down in the description anymore due to the YouTube rules, but I will leave that for you. And if you want to get some of the lemon tart from Dinner Lady, this is available at bradsvapor.com. And if you use the code Wendy Vapes 10, you get 10% off. So this is some yummy stuff right here. It's like really, really yummy. So that's it for my review. So if you like the review, please give it a thumbs up. That does help us, the content creators on YouTube. And also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of me, and also the notification bell so that you're notified anytime that I upload it. Yes, I was switching out my drip tip because that's just me. Awesome, awesome tank, awesome flavor. I will see you in the next one. Bye.